This lesson is mainly designed for CBSE Grade 10 Geography. Chapter 7, a topic Lifelines of National Economy, Part 2. The learning objective is to explore more about the waterways, communication, tourism, and trade in India. In the previous lesson, we learned about the roadways and railways. Now we will begin with the waterways. Okay, the waterways. Since time immemorial, India is one of the seafaring countries. Seamen contributed in carrying and spreading the Indian culture and commerce. Let's see the advantages of waterways. It's the cheapest means of transport and it's suitable for heavy and bulky goods. It's fuel efficient and eco-friendly mode of transport. Now we will see the distribution of waterways. What do you mean by the inland waterways? It is a transport system allowing the ships to use inland waterways such as canals, lakes, rivers that are used for transporting passengers and goods. These water bodies are not connected with sea. So the total length of inland waterways is 14,500 kilometer. Out of this, 3,700 kilometer is navigable by the mechanized boats. And the following inland waterways are declared as the national highways. The Ganga River between the Allahabad to Haldia, the Brahmaputra River between Sadia to Daubri, and the third one is the West Coast Canal in Kerala. The other inland waterways are Godavari, East-West Canal, Krishna Brahmini, Barak Damodar Valley, Sundarbans, and Buckingham Canal. Let's have a look at the distribution of major seaports in India. The seaports in India, ports on the west coast are Kandla Port, Mumbai Port, Jawaharlal Nehru Port, Marmagova Port, and New Mangalore Port. The ports on the east coast include Tuticorin Port, Chennai Port, Visakhapatnam, Paradeep, Kolkata, and Haldia Port. Now we can see the seaports in India. The total coastal line of India is 7,560. There are 12 major ports and 181 minor ports. Kandla Port. Kandla Port is developed after independence to ease trade volume at Mumbai Port. It is also called as tidal port. And Mumbai Port, it is the biggest, spacious and natural, well-sheltered harbour. Jawaharlal Nehru Port, it's developed to decongest Mumbai Port. Marmagova Port, it's mainly used for the iron ore export. New Mangalore Port for the export, it's also mainly used for the export of iron ore of Kudarmuk mines. Kochi Port, it's located in the extreme southwestern port. It's located at the entrance of lagoon with a natural harbour. Tuticorin Port, it's a natural harbour and rich hinterland, flourishing and handling variety of cargo to even the neighboring countries like Sri Lanka, Maldives, and coastal regions of India. Chennai Port, it's the oldest artificial harbour port, second to Mumbai in terms of volume and cargo. Visakhapatnam, Port is deepest landlocked and well protected port. Paradip Port. It's located in Orissa, specialized in iron ore exports. Kolkata Port. It's an inland riverine port, large and rich hinterland of Ganga Brahmaputra basin. It's also called a tidal port. Haldia Port. It's a subsidiary to Kolkata Port to relieve pressure of Kolkata Port. Now, let's see about the importance of airways. The air travel today is the fastest, comfortable mode of transport, and it is costiest. It covers a difficult terrains like mountains, dreary deserts, dense forest, long oceanic trenches, and it is suitable for northeastern region of India, making inaccessible areas accessible. And air transport nationalized in 1953. When we talk about the communication, there are two types of communication: personal communication and mass communication. The personal communication includes letter, email, telephone, etc. And mass communication includes television, radio, press, films, etc. And the first class mail are the cards, envelopes. Second class is books, cards, and envelopes. The mass communication are radio, television, press, films, etc. And six main channels are Rajdhani, Metro Channel, Green, Business, Bulk, Mail, and Periodic Channel. See the telecom networks in India. There are 37,565 exchanges. It is largest in Asia. Two-thirds of the villages covered STD, and it provides 24-hour service and uniform rates all over the country. And it's possible due to the integration of development in space technology with communication technology. What do you mean by the mass communication? Mass communication is the process of exchanging information through mass media to large number of population. The mass communication can be done through radio, television, newspaper, magazines, books, etc. Now we can see some of the terms which comes under the trade. Okay, a trade is, what do you mean trade? Trade means the exchange of goods and services among people, states, and countries. So what is market? The market is a place where the exchange of goods takes place. And what do you mean by international trade? Trade between two or more countries are called as the international trade. And the components of trade include two: they are export and import. The next is the balance of trade. The difference between the value of export and import is called as the balance of trade. And favorable balance of trade means the value of exports exceeding that of imports. Value of imports exceeding that of exports is called as the unfavorable balance of trade. Now we can see the tourism in India. The tourism has a tremendous growth in the last 30 years and a substantial increase in the foreign tourists also. So the benefits from the tourism are: it promotes a national integration, support to the local handicrafts and the cultural pursuits, development of international understanding about our culture and heritage, And foreign tourists visit India for heritage tourism, ecotourism, adventure tourism, cultural tourism, medical tourism, and business tourism. Some of the important tourist centers in India are Rajasthan, Goa, Jammu Kashmir, temples of South India, and the northeastern states and the interior parts of Himalaya. But it was not encouraged due to the strategic reasons. However, there is a bright future ahead for the tourism industry in India. In this slide, I have added some important questions to answer. And in the next lesson, we will be learning about the manufacturing industries.